So, in today's live, we shared some daily practices to embrace change. And, we thought it would be interesting to just share what practices we engage in, right? Maria knows this, and I guess if you've been watching for a while, you probably know this about me as well. I'm all into mindfulness. And so the one that speaks to me the most is the mindful moments, spending a couple of minutes breathing deeply when I'm feeling overwhelmed. There's actually a practice that I often share. It's called, the acronym is STOP. So it's S for stop, T, take a pause or take a breath, O, observe, and P for proceed. So after you've given yourself some time to pause on the action and think about what's going on and observe it and just give yourself a little more time to get, centered and reflective, then you proceed, as opposed to, just rushing right in and being reactive and just, having that knee-jerk reaction. So mindfulness is huge for me. It definitely has, made a profound difference in my life. What about you, Maria?
Well, I like the journaling. I do it a little differently than, and I teach my clients to do it this way because since I'm a hypnotherapist, I do a lot of work with the subconscious mind. So it's our implicit memory that is the thing that hinders us the most. And when you're journaling and you're writing things out, it's good to say, to allow yourself to just go into like a little flow of what is, coming up. Let whatever's coming up come up so that it can be on paper. And then sometimes we have a hard time with words. And what I love to do is metaphor work, where I draw out what the metaphor is. And I'm not an artist, so I always, use stick figures, and you can too. And so I position myself in that, when I'm between some sort of situation, especially change, I feel like, sometimes I'm just hanging on by a thread, or, I feel like I'm drowning in overwhelm with the change, with whatever the change is, where I'm not adapting. So whatever metaphor comes up, I draw it out as best as I can, and then I look at the metaphor and I see what's going on, and then I take a few minutes and I say, how can I solve this metaphor? Not how can I solve my problem? How can I solve anything else? I look at the metaphor and I think, how can I give myself a breath? How can I escape or resolve or just get out of this situation? Because that's what your subconscious is wrestling with. And so if you find that you're wrestling with something and you do the journaling, you'll see that you can stop the wrestling. It's not even about winning the wrestling or losing. It's about refraining from the fight, from getting that, as you said, that space, that step, and taking a breath. And that's what the journaling helps to do. I find that it's extremely helpful because it does work a lot with the subconscious mind if we're doing metaphor journaling.
Yeah, no, I work with metaphors as well, but not with drawing. It just through the languaging of it, and like you said, solving for the metaphor. What's the solution? How can I make this better? And it's really amazing how transformative working with metaphors can be. So I guess we've added a little bit more to our viewers' backpack of skills and tools that they might, work with in this, right?
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on Thursday.